shaking up the establishment. Surviving an attempt on his life, former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan accuses the top power echelons of trying to kill him. He's vowed to recover and continue his long march to Islamabad. But will Imran Khan return to power? I'm Andrea Sanke, and today's newsmaker is Imran Khan. Well, he conquered the sporting world and reached the highest rungs of power in Pakistan. But Imran Khan isn't done yet. The charismatic politician wants to return to the top job, but his journey back is proving challenging, to say the least. Last week, while leading a march from Lahore to Islamabad demanding a snap election, Khan was attacked by a gunman. One man was killed and 10 others were injured. Khan proceeded to accuse 2 political opponents and a top intelligence official of orchestrating the attempt. He's now demanding a thorough and independent investigation. But the government says Khan's provided no evidence to back up his claims. Imran Khan's political career has been stacked with drama. After his Pakistan TRT Insaf party won the most seats in 2018, the former cricket legend became prime minister. His promise to eradicate corruption and bring reform resonated with the Pakistani people. But inflation was rising, and so too was the national debt. The PM was struggling, and his opponents were desperate to oust him. In April, they succeeded, joining forces to remove him from power in a controversial and dramatic vote of no confidence.
The no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister is the democratic weapon of this crowd. We always understand that democracy is the best revenge. So what better revenge could there be? The puppet was imposed on us, imposed on this nation, imposed on Pakistan. So we are using our democratic right to send back this Prime Minister.
Well, despite his ouster, Imran Khan still enjoys huge support. He rallied thousands to the streets demanding a snap election, but soon he was facing terrorism charges. Those were later dropped. But last month, the Election Commission found the former PM guilty of selling gifts received from leaders of friendly countries. Now, Khan received a 5-year ban from holding public office. That's now under appeal.
In the short order, which we have received till now, the Imran Khan has been disqualified for the time being. Now it is up to him to file appeal before the Honorable Supreme Court, and the main decision will again come from the Supreme Court that for which term he is disqualified. So it will be seen at later on stage.
Well, disqualified or not, Imran Khan has vowed to fight on. So to what end? Joining me now to answer that from his residence in Lahore is the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. Thank you so much for being with us and for taking this time while you are recovering. It's only appropriate to ask first how you're actually feeling, and I mean not only physically, but psychologically. What state has this shooting, this attempt on your life, actually left you in?
Psychologically more determined than ever. I was expecting something to happen. I predicted this first 4 months ago when there was a plot against me. 4 people in closed room had made this plan to assassinate me. And this is way back in May, July, June at that time. And because they were very powerful people and because I had exposed the plot, then the next plot came in, which is when they got me. And that was to orchestrate this as if it is a religious fanatic who had bumped me off, so that attention would not be on those 4 powerful people. It would be on a religious fanatic. And so the whole sequence of events, how they first, a video was manufactured by a certain agency, and then a video which showed me as if I'm committing blasphemy, I'm hurting religious sentiments, and then how it is picked up by one of their journalists who then flashed it, and then it was on national, the government-owned television. They played that thing for a while, how I had upset the religious sentiments.
Okay.
And then the ruling party, the information minister, they picked it up. So it was all part of a plan to make it out that eventually some fanatic had killed me.
Right. I understand you're talking about your own suspicions right now, and there are some very serious, really, discrepancies in what you've said versus what the government is saying and what they believe is evidence so far. Now, you put out a statement almost immediately after you were shot, directly blaming two government members and a senior intelligence official for the attempt on your life. You provided, as you just did again, some background and reasons for your accusation, but no solid evidence as they have demanded. And now I asked Shahid Haqqan Abbasi, another former prime minister who's with the ruling party, what he made of your accusation. I'd like you to hear his response.
I think it's a tragedy that a person of Imran Khan's stature, who served as the Prime Minister of the country, would stoop so low to accuse the Prime Minister and the intelligence officers of being behind this shooting. The shooting took place in a province which his party controls. So I think it's time to investigate and see what was the motivation behind this shooting. The shooter has been arrested, and the truth should come out. I think for Imran Khan to speculate and try to gain political points out of this is something that is very much not acceptable.
So a tragedy, he describes it as. Imran Khan, have your accusations potentially crossed a line here, and are you trying to gain political points?
3 points, Andrea. Number one, my party right now, and all opinion polls would verify that, is by far the most popular party in Pakistan's history. We have won 75% of by-elections where my party on one side, 13 parties, all the other parties on the other side. And with government support, establishment support, with the election commission favoring them, we won 75% of the by-elections. Out of 37, 29. It has the biggest
we understand. I'm not.
It is visible on the ground.
Hold on. I'm not debating the popularity of your party and of yourself.
Hold on. I'm just sort of making my points one by one. So if it was for popularity, I wanted to blame someone for assassination. I don't need that sort of popularity. Number two, what he's talking about, the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, it is on record that to stop a protest against them in 2014-13, it was a famous model town massacre. The police fired into a crowd of people, killed 12, 60 got bullet wounds, and this is still case in the court. So, number two, and then both these guys have extrajudicial killing on them. Number three, and this is very important for you to understand. On the 24th of September, I actually went into a public rally and gave the script of what was going to happen to me 6 weeks ago, where point by point I said that first, these statements that I had committed blasphemy. Then they would be picked up by the government-owned media, government ministers. Then they would start the PTV, Pakistan Television. For 4 days they ran this thing that I've committed offended religious opinions, and the whole idea behind was to have eventually some, in the name of a religious fanatic, have me assassinated. So this was predicted. I went on 2 programs before that. So this is not new. And so, you know, for him to say that I made these allegations, I want to have an independent investigation into it so that we can give the sequence of events what happened. And then the cover-up that has followed up. There's been a cover-up since the attempt on
And I want to ask you more about the investigation in just a second. But before we go too far, I just have to ask this detail. I mean, you've described repeatedly how you knew this was going to happen. You knew there would be an attempt on your life, and you knew who would be behind it. Why have you refused, then, to speak behind bulletproof glass, for example? Doesn't it just seem reckless? Don't you owe it to your supporters to keep yourself safe?
Look, Andre, the people who were behind this, and in fact, the 4 people who first initially planned it, and now these 3 people this taking refuge behind a religious fanatic. They are powerful enough that if you plan to have bulletproof or something, they have other ways and means of blowing you off. So, I figured out that, look, I was kept, and throughout the 5-6 months I've been campaigning, there were consistent warnings that they're going to hit you in certain place, or if you do this rally, your life is in danger. I had these were written warnings given by this administration. Now, I was left with a choice. Do I stop a campaign, the campaign for freedom, a genuine democracy and free and fair elections, or do I just sit in my home and allow this injustice to take place? So I took a decision that it doesn't matter, if I have to go, but no way should a nation compromise on its independence. So what we are right now is that we are governed by criminals. These guys, two families who are governing us now, for 30 years they have been governing Pakistan. They have massive criminal cases on him. They've been in jail several times. There's material written against them and all in international media. So they've been plonked on us, and we are expected to accept this like a herd of sheep. So I decided I was going to be in the field against
Fair enough.
this.
Fair enough. Yes, I mean, not only have you named, precisely the people you suspect, including from these two dynastic families you've, as you know so well, but in the past, you've also said those very people are also supported.
No, they're active because there were internal weaknesses. And the internal weaknesses came from within because, for various reasons, it was decided that the regime needed to be changed. So therefore, so that's when the outside forces come in. But the question is, the way forward is only one: genuine democracy. Allow the people of Pakistan to elect their own government. Let's not be dictated from outside or from any internal powerhouses who just plonk people, criminals on top of you, and then expect that, like a herd of sheep, you should accept it.
Right.
That's what, so hence I've been campaigning for 6 months. No, I've gone all over the country. And, the greatest pleasure for me is that after 26 years, I finally see the sort of political awareness that never existed before in my country. So we have and that's what scared these people who tried to kill me.
You can definitely see it's been encouraging, at the very least, for the PTI. But let's talk about first the investigation now, because that will be crucial going forward. We know Punjab police, the people in charge of where this assassination attempt took place, they've taken it upon themselves, actually, to lodge an investigation into your shooting. Is that good enough? I know you've said you want an independent investigation. Okay, so tell us why Punjab's investigation won't be good enough, and what do you actually want to see independently from investigators? In what form? Would they have to come from outside?
So, Andre, number one, my party rules in Punjab. Punjab police is under my party. I am the ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan, and not just that. I am the head of the largest political force in this country. And I could not get a case registered against these three people who I know were involved in this. I know it. And whenever there is a proper investigation, starting from who released the video and the people subsequent of events that followed, I know exactly that these three people will be implicated. Now, imagine that my party rules Punjab. We could not get the Punjab police to register cases against these three guys because it was for investigation. So, if in the investigation they turn out to be innocent, fine. But at least it's my right. They almost killed me. I mean, it was a death trap where which I survived. So at least I should have the right to decide that whose motive was it to get bumped.